Well, happy Sunday, everybody. I'm just going to do a short little video here. I'm probably going to upload it to my new YouTube channel later on as maybe a short, depending on how long it goes. For now, I had to turn down. I want my 80s. Love listening to 80s music on Sundays while I work on the layout. So anyway, just wanted to do a short video on this corner that I've been working on. This 90-degree corner. This is all old layout. This is all old layout. And this section used to hook there and go straight on out in another room. So anyway, I built this corner as in the background, the 80s music. We built this city's going on. That's kind of cute. So anyway, today is kind of a monumentous day because our first track is hooked now. Caboose track, bypass track, and I guess you'd call yard lead or yard whatever. But anyway, this comes out to the engine service facility out yonder. So now, after going to Discount Model Trains in Addison, Texas, y'all go check out Wayne up there. Really, really nice group. A lot of good selection on N-scale and HO scale stuff, and I'm not sponsored by them. I just wanted to give Wayne a shout out. So anyway, I bought some new turnouts, and this is going over to the arrival departure track, and it's a monumentous day because the first arrival departure track is connected up and running. So I just wanted to tell everybody, when you're building on your layout, for those of you who aren't veteran model railroaders and already know this, if you already know this, then just enjoy the eye candy fixing to move here. When you lay your track, test it. Get you a locomotive, get you 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. Test your track. Lay a piece of track, test it. If you have a turnout, test it. Everything should run smooth as it jumps in that turnout right there. But everything should run nice. Everything should run smooth. So when you get it all hooked up later, you don't have frustrations of this thing's not running worth a flip. Because you want to enjoy running trains. Let's enjoy running trains instead of working on a nightmare. So everything, and there's no drops on this section. And no, it didn't die on me. But it might have caught something somewhere. Let's see here. Might be a coupler trip pin or something like that. Let's try it again. Yeah, she ran on through it fine that time. But anyway, change your turnouts, throw your turnouts. So now this train, if it's in a, say it's a full-size train out there, and he's going to depart to the north, then he would come out of this departure track. He'd come through here, and instead of going into the switch lead, he goes out through the thoroughfare track. And then the thoroughfare track goes on out, connects with the main line, which is right there. That's main number 1, main number 2, Amtrak is setting on main number 3, and then there's a siding on the backside to service the grain facility, stuff like that. But I'm just testing this area right here for now, so we're going to come right on back through it. Smooth as silk. Throw a couple more turnouts here. I'm going to get rid of these, and I'm going to a slide switch arrangement to where I'll actually be able to power frogs and stub signals, or whatever you call them, indicators, turnout throw indicators. But this little Atlas U25B was one of the worst running locomotives that I had, and I ended up totally disassembling it, cleaning it, lubing it with a very, very light lube. But you can tell the pickup is a lot better, because I always watch the headlights as they go through the turnout, and if that headlight stayed steady like that, you know you got a good electrical and digital signal all the way through to the locomotive. This locomotive does not have Keep Alive on it, and it used to find every single dead spot that I had on my layout, which is not a bad thing, I guess. But when I do drops to my power bus, this is my power bus, and it's a big power bus, but the way I mounted it up underneath the layout here is I used little eye bolts, and I threaded this down the layout with the eye bolts, and everything is here to the front of the layout. So whenever I do a drop out here, I can run my wire forward and connect it right here to the bus. This is going to be put up better later on. This is my staging area down here with my trains. I've kind of got the staging area empty right now, and everybody's out on the helix and upstairs and everything, because I didn't want any problems down in here while I'm trying to work on this section up here. So anyway, if I have a dead spot on the track, it gets a drop. Automatically, it gets a drop right then and there, because there will be power to everything. Do I space my drops at an even length? No, because sometimes these two pieces of track here, which they're not right now because this is sectional track, sometimes these spots here just need to be soldered. So if you solder right here, you now got one piece of what I call welded track. You don't need a drop here and here. Now, if you're going to do an expansion joint here with a little bit of a gap for heat, cooling, and expansion, contraction, then I'll take and put a piece of solder right there, and I'll solder a small wire from there over to there and jump it. Or I'll come off of that, go under the table, come back up, solder it in. Makes a good continuous flow through the track, but allows for expansion and contraction. So, that being said, with compliments of the Southern Pacific, we'll run this through one more time for everybody, because I know people like watching trains. So I'm going to run her through one more time. And I've got my phone the wrong way. I should have done widescreen, but it is what it is. So we're going to run on back here. Go ahead and throw that turnout. So it comes out of the arrival yard and it gets classed into the classification yard. And then once classification yard is full, that whole string gets pulled out and gets shoved over into here. These 6 tracks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is all arrival and departure. Are they all arrival yards? Yes. Are they all departure yards? Yes. They're multi-use. You can either arrive or depart on either one. It's going to end up curving around, so all that track's going to come out. It's going to curve around the layout and go out that way. And then these 6 tracks back here are the classification tracks. You got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classification tracks. You have a back main, which is here. And then you're going to have another main running alongside of it for a double track main curving around, going out onto the main layout. This is the cork that I was talking about. It matches up very nice with the other types of N-scale cork. We had a little discussion on this, and when I had my post in the small winds area or something or other, everybody was trying to say which cork is better or which foam is better or which road bed is better. You do you. You know, the only thing I personally don't like about it is this Woodland Scenics foam. It's very springy. I don't like the way that moves like that. I like a more solid cork because it's solid. It doesn't move. It's there. And I attach my track with super glue in given points, so it can be removed later on if I need to or something like that. Some people like the Woodland Scenics foam. Awesome. Some people like the cork Atlas. What is it? Atlas split cork road bed. And some people like cheaper stuff. All of this cork that was laid out here cost me a whopping $6. That looks like a gap right there. It's not. It's a Marks-A-Lot mark. And you wouldn't believe how many times I have looked at that and said, there's a gap there. Why is there a gap there? But then I realize it's a Marks-A-Lot mark. Everything laid in very nice, very level, very smooth. And all of these tracks here will bend around and made up to these. I'm going to work on them some more today. My main mission for right now is to get my arrival and departure yard up and running so I can start parking some cars out there. So anyway, if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, gripes, post it. You know, let me know what you think, good, bad, or ugly. And we'll go from there. So everybody have a great Sunday. 4th of July weekend is next weekend. So might not get to work on the layout much because of other worldly obligations. So anyway, y'all take care. Have a good Sunday. Run some trains. Get out there and do something. Talk to you later.